I'm Charles Bankhead of MedPage Today, reporting from the American Association for Cancer Research meeting in Washington. Long-term results from a large clinical trial showed that the selective estrogen receptor modulators raloxifene and tamoxifen both reduced the risk of breast cancer in high-risk women. Tamoxifen had a slight advantage in terms of chemo prevention, but raloxifene was far better tolerated. Dr. Lawrence Wickerham of the National Surgical Adjuvant Breast and Bowel Project in Pittsburgh said at a press briefing.
The initial results were published in 2006, showing that raloxifene was as effective as tamoxifen in the prevention of invasive breast cancer. This led to the FDA approval of raloxifene for this indication. Today I share the 81-month follow-up. That's 5 years of treatment plus an additional 21 months of average follow-up. And both drugs remain effective options for breast cancer risk reduction. However, raloxifene retains 75% of chemopreventive activity seen with tamoxifen, but with significantly fewer toxicities, fewer endometrial cancers, fewer blood clots, and fewer cataracts. These have been barriers to the utilization of tamoxifen. These data are good news for postmenopausal women who want to reduce their risk of developing breast cancer.
Wickerham emphasized that treatment with a selective estrogen receptor modulator, or SERM, can accomplish what no form of breast cancer therapy can do.
I see women each week in a high-risk clinic, and I end up telling one or two of them all too often that they've had a breast cancer. They have a breast cancer. I'd love for that part of my job to go away. These data are a step in that direction.
Given the proven chemopreventive benefits of SERMs, the drug's infrequent use in high-risk women, estimated at no more than 15 to 20% and probably less, is hard to explain, said Dr. Gabriel Hortobagi of MD Anderson Cancer Center in Houston.
These are relatively inexpensive drugs that reduce incidence of breast cancer by about 50%, with side effects that are modest. The few potentially serious side effects are essentially rare. I made earlier drew the parallel with other preventative interventions we use routinely. Prevention of osteoporosis, treatment of high blood pressure, cholesterol-lowering agents, treatment of diabetes. These are all preventive interventions, and the drugs we use for them are as or more toxic than raloxifene and tamoxifen. And yet, many of us take these drugs every day and for life. So I think there's a misperception on the value of SERMs. We have a huge body of evidence in addition to this STAR trial. And now with the mature results of the STAR trial, we have even reinforced these results. So I think we need to reassess why we're not using these more broadly, and why we are not prepared to reduce by about 50% the risk of breast cancer in women at high risk.
From the American Association for Cancer Research meeting in Washington, I'm Charles Bankhead, MedPage Today.